What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of nice duels for you guys to check out, including this duel that is going to be a photo finish. We got Magical Musketeers at the top. An interesting build running multiple copies of Magic Planner. This is a card that I don't run in my Magical Musketeers, but I'm not saying it can't work. Magical Musketeers do have some continuous trap cards in the archetype. We got a Banished deck at the bottom. Obviously, Banished.decks are becoming more popular because of the Orochi Snake. Is going to be released in July in Rising Rampage. This card, Blazing Mars, I'm starting to see this more and more often, kind of like the pseudo Fairy Tale Snow. Not nearly as good, obviously, but it can be special summoned from the graveyard during each player's turn, and it is significantly bigger than Fairy Tale Snow, 2600 attack, so it is kind of a boss monster in itself, and it's also a trade-in target if you did want to run that, because, you know, you got a bunch of level 8s and stuff like that. These cards can all summon themselves from the grave, so I don't know, maybe trading could actually work. Maybe you could throw in some level 8 danger trade-in targets as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll this. So I believe turn one, the Banished.deck is not really going to do anything impressive. If I'm playing Banished.deck, I am always blinding seconds, always, because you just don't really have any great plays. Your monsters don't really kind of function as stun monsters in any like good way. They kind of can summon themselves on the field, and then obviously Grand Maju is the win con. But these cards like Eater of Millions, like Blazing Mars, Orochi Snake, they're just better as offensive tools, not defensive tools. So forget about going first, just go second always. It's just a much better option. Anyways, Musketeers are up first. Solidarity, gonna get him a card instantly. He's gonna search from Kasparov, Cross Domination, then activates Crooked Crown. There's the play right there with the copy of Magic Planter, getting the Crooked Crown on board, special summoning, and then just drawing more cards. Magical Musketeer Max, one of my favorite link ones in the entire game. Searching 3 cards. I don't know why. That was weird to me. So the effect of the Topologic Zeraveros was already negated. Why blow it up with I don't feel like Desperado was necessary. You could have just attacked it at 0 attack. Maybe I'm missing something. Anyways, Battle Phase is going to be used. Another Magic Planner coming down. Orochi Snake says, I'm back from the graveyard, bro, which means it can actually activate its effect, trying to blow up the Casper. And guess what? Blazing Mars is back as well. So this is why, you know, these cards do summon themselves. I think you got to run rank 8s in these Banished decks now. Maybe not, because they're running Extravagant. So yeah, maybe that doesn't work. Anyways, Macrocosmos flip face up. Ties of the Brethren going to summon more monsters from the deck and trigger the guy's effect to get kind of that Lavalval Chain, or excuse me, that Gusto Emerald type effect. Then Soul Absorption is going to be hit by the Dark Bribe type card. What's it called? The Last Stand. Yeah, he's going to activate Last Stand. But again, he is not really able to mount his opponent. He tried to use the Destruction effect of the Orochi, but that was actually countered by the Fiendish Deal, protecting all Magical Musketeers from card destruction. It looked like he was going to be able to maybe capitalize, but I feel like his own Macrocosmos is actually hurting him, because now the Blazing Mars is going to be permanently banished. I love this guy's running Ryuko. Oh god, that's a super old DM card. He's going to actually activate it, which is going to trigger the copy of Calamity, and he's going to be able to cut this Orochi down to size. Activates Magical Mallet, which is like, what? Goes into Magical Musketeer Max to get some more spells and traps. Magical Musketeer Max is just so excellent, man. It's that card that just refills your hand. I also would have just left I probably would have left the Macrocosmos on field. Why not just go ahead and get rid of the Orochi? I feel like that was probably the card doing all the damage, and it actually maybe stopped him from just winning. If he just would have ignored the face-up Macrocosmos, he could have probably just pushed for game. Regardless, he is going to go for Cerberus. He's going to pitch Regeki, draw a card, and then immediately set it. Now, this was the interesting part, because he gets his last breath right here. He ends up top-decking the Grand Maju, 17,000 attack, and I was like, oh, I guess you just lose. You made a mistake, and it's going to cost you, but he is going to activate the World Legacy Awakens, and that lets him go into a max during his opponent's turn. Let him get that one piece of disruption that he needs. He's able to pop the Grimaju with Desperado and win the game. I honestly thought he was going to lose that duel. I feel like he did have some questionable plays there, and I was like, well, that's what happens when you play bad. Second duel, Salamangreat versus Dinosaurs. You guys know that every deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is an Orcust deck, so he is just going for them Orcust plays. Why? I mean, this doesn't feel like it makes sense. I mean, I know that players are starting to play Shadow Fusion when they play Orcust if they go second, but I don't really get how the Dinosaurs come into play. Like, how are you getting multiple Dinosaurs in the grave? Unless you're going for, like, Oviraptor with Miscellaneous Cerberus, like I guess that kind of makes sense. That's how you're getting 2 Dinosaurs, but it just feels like you shouldn't be able to get Conductor on field turn 1 very often. Anyways, his opponent does have Climax, or Crescendo, excuse me. He has Crescendo plus 2 Fog Blades. He has a great counter here, Monster Reborn. Then Girsu, obviously he'd be able to threaten the copy of Galatea. If he lost Galatea, that would mean that the Crescendo would instantly be dead. He is going to go ahead and Fall Blade it. That's fine. Salamangreats get to continue on. Goes into Banelix. Banelix is going to be banished, which means he cannot summon the, well, he can't summon the Gazelle, but it's fine. He plays Foolish Burial, which does allow him to use that summon of Gazelle and Foul. He's going to try to activate the effect, only be met with Fog Blade, but it's fine. Now at this point, he can go for Hida. He can start comboing out. He's going to summon the Jirac from his opponent's graveyard. And I think he actually is going to be trying to go for probably a Fusion of Fire play here. Yep, he's setting up for a massive Fusion of Fire play by summoning Finnick from his deck. Now he's going to Fusion of Fire the Galatea away, and it is an easy OTK. I know a lot of people drop Fusion of Fire, and in the past, I was not like the biggest fan of the card, but I kind of feel like with Pyro Phoenix coming out and with how prevalent the mirror match is, especially in Europe, I'd go back to playing Fusion of Fire if I wasn't playing it. You know, now that it's like searchable with Salamangreat Finnick, you can summon that from Stalio as he did in the duel. I feel like Fusion of Fire is just, it's going to be just as good moving forward as it ever has been. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching as always. Subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.